All right, so this is the second time I am making this video. The first time I forgot to put the sound on, so you saw a great video with absolutely no sound, which probably was not very good for you. So trying again. Your flip video tonight is about direct and indirect objects. Since I know we're just getting back from break and you are tired from all your fabulous vacations, we're only going to talk about direct objects tonight. So you're only going to have to fill in half your foldable. You do know that they are different from PAs and PNs because they follow an action verb, not a linking verb. And here you can see it's all about that verb, as always. You have to be able to differentiate between an action verb and a linking verb. If you can't do that yet, you need to memorize your linking verbs. This is a foldable you're making. It is a vertical 2-flap foldable. That means the hole should go to the left. You should fold it halfway down, cut it in two, label this side direct object, this side indirect object, and these are the subject complements that follow an action verb, direct and indirect objects. All right, so open the flap on the direct object side. On the top of the flap, you have to write everything that's underlined in the here, 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 and here. So first you're going to write a direct object is a word or group of words that names the receiver of the action. That is the formal definition of a direct object. A direct object answers the question whom or what. That's the second part of the formal definition. I, of course, am going to make it much easier for you. Examples, which you do not have to write, is Jack climbed the beanstalk. What did Jack climb? Up the beanstalk. The giant's wife protected Jack. Whom did the giant's wife protect? Oh yeah, Jack. Therefore, beanstalk and Jack are direct objects. In order to find a direct, you just have to listen now. You should have your top flap written in. You're going to write in the bottom flap in a minute, but for a few minutes you can just listen. In order to find a direct object, there are two questions you must ask. Does the sentence have an action verb? If there's no action verb, there is no direct object. There could be a PA or a PN, but certainly not a direct object. See, the sentence must have an action verb in order for it to have a direct object. Has to. And who or what receives the action of the verb? The answer will give you the direct object. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. Let's look at my favorite sentence that's completely fiction. Mrs. Clark dunked the basketball. It might not be fiction if I have a really, really, really low hoop. Well, what is the action verb in that sentence? The action verb is dunked. All right, see, it even says that on the slide. Who or what is being dunked? Well, the basketball is being dunked. Therefore, your basketball, or the basketball, is the direct object. Mrs. Clark dunked the basketball. Sounds funny, doesn't it? Now you need to write these 5 steps on the bottom half of your flap underneath direct object, because there are 5 steps to finding a direct object. Number 1, read the sentence. Number 2, put parentheses around all the prepositional phrases. There is never a direct object in a prepositional phrase. Number 3, find and underline the verb. It's all about that verb. Number 4, determine if it is an action verb or a linking verb. If it is an action verb, you might have a direct object. If it is a linking verb, you will not. You might have a PA or a PN. And then if you do have an action verb, ask who or what receives the action. Let's go through those steps with Mr. Clark. There's Mr. Clark. That's my husband. He's the man that brings me coffee some days and makes me happy. I met Mr. Clark in the office. Well, I did the first step, which is read the sentence. The second step is to identify all the prep phrases, because I know that they are not important. And I did. In the office is the prep phrase. Now I need to identify the verb. The verb is met. Met is an action verb, so there could be a direct object. Last but not least, who or what did I meet? Mr. Clark. In this case, Mr. Clark is a direct object. All right, so let's do some practice. You can do these on a separate sheet of paper. You can do them on the back of your foldable. You can do them in your LSG. I am not going to look for them tomorrow because we'll do some more practice in class. And you might just watch through them, and that's fine too, but really at least try to do them in your head, even if you don't write them down. Here are your sentences, and I'm asking you to find the direct object in each sentence. The baseball player in the field caught the ball. Kirby ate the millet during first period. The giant pink monkey hugged the little boy in Target. The teenager wore a bizarre Halloween costume to the party. All right, let's see what they look like when you analyze them for the direct object. Sentence 1. In the field is your prep phrase. Caught is your verb. It is an action verb. What was caught? Ball. Ball is your direct object. Sentence 2. Kirby ate the millet during first period. Your prep phrase is during first period. Your verb is ate. Ate is an action verb. What did Kirby eat? Millet. Millet is your direct object. Number 3. In target is your prepositional phrase. Hugged is your verb. It is an action verb. Who did the monkey hug? Boy. Boy is your direct object. Number 4. To the party is your prep phrase. Wore is your verb. It is an action verb. What did the teenager wear? Costume is your direct object. I hope you did well. And here's a picture of the last 2 sentences. Can you tell who's in the costume? I'm not telling. I'll tell you tomorrow in class. And these are what your final notes should look like after this lesson. We'll be taking notes on the indirect object side on Wednesday. Tomorrow in class we'll do some practice, and then you'll have some practice to do tomorrow night at home. Have a great night. See you in the morning.